What's going on, my peoples? It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Welcome to OBF the Network. People, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF the Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys could donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel? It's down there strolling below, people. All right, people. Listen. Try to knock some shows out for the next couple of weeks. Next 2 weeks, well, 3 weeks, counting this week. Next week in the next 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Yeah, the next 2 weeks. Try to knock out some shows. Try to get the OBF members up in here so we can do some shows. I'm going on like a 2-week vacation. I'm revamping the OBF studio, so people would be made way different. Got some new equipment and shit coming in, so all this shit is be different. I think it's a new year. It's time for a fresh start. Usually I probably don't start rearranging the studio like every 2 years, but I did it. I like it, but I don't like it, and it's still stuff that I needed to get that I just was looking for. So what I got shit that's shipping in. So we're gonna try to knock these next couple of weeks, knock out some shows for y'all, so y'all have some content, and then we probably won't be back to probably about probably March. The first week of March, we probably be back full effect. Hopefully, we got our shit together. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just gonna blame a certain person. Hopefully, we get our shit together by March. But shout out to the OBF family, man. We back up in the building, man. All right, so people, this show, I just wanted y'all to like hear how Trump supporters, Maga, what they call themselves, Maga supporters, see the world, right? Matter of fact, I edited that wrong. Let me change something. All right. So we got it back up there. So MAGA supporters see the world, right? Hold on. I may have put that wrong. Yeah. I gotta edit that again. Hold on. Give me a second here, people. All right. Switched it. All right. How MAGA supporters see the world. Let me put see the world. God damn it, I'm a little off today, people. I worked last night. I was fucking exhausted, and so I'm a little off. And I took some muscle relaxers last night, so I'm a little off. But anyway, let's get into it, people. We gonna break this shit down, man. You know what I'm saying? And oh yeah, people. We gonna have a lot of things where y'all can send us things the way if y'all want us to talk about certain content, we will do our best to do our research and talk about subjects that you guys want to talk about. So that's how we gonna do in 2024, man. All right, let's get it in.
What do you think the punishment should be for somebody who has an abortion?
If you have actively and willfully murdered someone, I believe the death penalty is appropriate because the Bible tells us that's what justice is.
Let me just say this. This is why these so-called pro-life people logically doesn't make no sense, right? And they're out there just saying shit and protesting, whatever the hell they doing, about abortion. I'm gonna say this once again. We already have rule books of people if they murder children or murder or attempt to try to murder a fetus. You know what I mean? If that comes to it, if the evidence shows that. We already have that type of shit on the books. Right? So their whole point of what they're talking about is that when the baby doesn't even, when the baby, it's not even a baby, it's just a little nut, right? It's not even developed. They don't want you to kill that. They don't want you having an abortion for that, right? Because of their own personal religious beliefs, right? They don't listen to people that are scientists and doctors. And if they do listen to scientists or doctors, they're religious nuts themselves. So this is all about controlling people. As a country, there's certain shit that we can and can't do that we already controlled by government, right? Because if we was just free, right, we could just basically go around and do whatever the fuck we want to do. We can talk to people any type of way we want to. We can have sex with whoever we want to. We could murder anybody we want to. So we don't live in a free society. I don't know why people pretend they keep talking about freedom and all this other goofy shit, right? And rights and shit like that. We don't live in that. We don't live in a full free country. We have rules and regulations and policies and shit where people can and can't do certain shit, right? So a part of us, we all live under some type of government moral standards, right? But what they're trying to do is take that shit to the extreme, to where they, like, it gets to a point that where we live in a dictatorship where everybody has to do what everybody does, like morals and shit. We gotta live by those. Everybody gotta live by those same morals, right? When sometimes people's beliefs is not really morals. It's just a belief. They believe in something, right? But they don't really have morals behind it because, like you get ready to hear, he contradicts himself. A lot of these MAGA extremist people and these religious nuts, they at the extreme. They believe in something that nobody has never seen in this time. They're talking about the Bible. They're talking about God. Nobody has never met God. Nobody knows for a fact that what's in the Bible is actually real. So I just want to, have people's ears open to this shit.
Justice, so you're so pro-life that you're pro-death.
Republicans are so pro-life, they're pro-death. The man said if you willingly murder someone, fetuses are not
right.
someone.
Now, and he says that's in the Bible. Let me explain something. That's why you can't believe everything in the Bible. But let's go off of this Bible shit. God don't kill people. He creates. He's the he's the Gandhi. He's Gandhi type like motherfucker. He's Martin Luther King-esque, right? Like God that's how he's perceived in the Bible, is a guy that doesn't, regardless if he sat there and allowed people to kill him. He could have, as powerful as God is, right? In the Bible, he could have killed all these motherfuckers that hated him, right? In the Bible, it doesn't say eye for an eye. If somebody does something to, just this scenario, right? If somebody kills your mom, that doesn't mean that you're supposed to try to seek revenge from God's point of view and who he is, his ideology, right? So they're nitpicking shit in the Bible that man has wrote into the Bible. It's not what God says. They know what God says. So just say somebody, just go off his narrative, somebody kills their kid, kills a fetus. Why would you want to see them dead? That's not what God would want. God will want you to forgive them and keep forgiving them and giving them chances and chances and chances over and over again. But like I said, they live in a they don't listen to what God says, but they live in a fantasy world. They trying to adapt their religious beliefs with society beliefs, and that's why we have the difference between church and state, because that shit is like oil and vinegar, nigga. It doesn't mix well. That's why people need to keep their religion and their religious beliefs to their fucking self. You can run your household whatever the fuck you may want to, but it's still certain rules and regulations. You can't abuse your fucking children because of your religion. They think that the religion's supposed to take over everything. We have seen in history that where religion takes over countries, even modern day, of people's belief in religion, where they actually abuse and hurt and enslave and brainwash people in a bad way. We have seen religion turn bad. So we don't need that. America, that was the whole point of separating church from state. That was the whole reason for that. Because however we think about the so-called forefathers, they was running from that type of shit. They didn't want that shit. That's why they ran from the European countries. And they tried to find another country to rebuild and do shit differently. So these people are just nut jobs. But let's move on.
They have potential to be someone.
I must confess that I recently prayed while in chapel, begging God to allow me to be a voice and instrument for human life. And now here I am, speaking at the Republican National Convention. I guess you better be careful for what you pray for.
A woman's right to choose. Is that a...
People, I can't make this shit up. We are in 2024. I have seen a nun, a white nun, at a Republican convention. Listen, I understand religious people are against abortions. I get that. I prefer women not to get abortions, but that's not up to me. I'm not a woman, so I don't. Whatever my beliefs is, what it is, right? I understand that part. My problem is, so you side with a side that's about bigotry, racism, discrimination because of one thing, of religion, or because of abortion. That because you're against abortion, you ignore the rest of that. This is what I'm saying about these so-called moral people, religious moral people. You have really no morals. You pick and choose when you want to have morals. This is a fucking nun. So you just ignore all the bigotry shit. That's a party that does 3 things worse than they do a good thing that you agree with, that they fight for. But the other shit they're being bigots about. Let's move on, bro. We in 2020. This is what we seeing. This is what these MAGA people are. They the most hypocritical people you will ever see. Listen, it is one thing for the government to do the crooked and fucked up shit, and the politicians are how crooked and shit they do in the government. It's another thing for the church, for the religious people out here. And I don't give a fuck if you good or bad. For y'all to weaponize God the way y'all trying to do to control others because you disagree with people's lifestyle that doesn't even affect you. I don't have to believe in your religion to be a good, decent human being. I ain't out shooting and killing nobody. I ain't out telling people to have abortions. I'm not saying that, but you'll look at me like I'm the fucking devil because I won't side with you on abortion. Listen, let me explain something to everybody. And I can't speak for the left, right? But I can speak for a lot of people that on the left because I know people that's on the left. I can speak for independents. I can speak for a couple of people, right? Listen, nobody is out here promoting abortion. Nobody. Nobody's out here saying, hey, come have an abortion. Nobody's doing that. We just want people to know. If you're not qualified to be a parent, you're not ready to be a parent, you can have an abortion. It's your body. You do whatever you want to do. Like I said, it's none of, I always put it, when it comes to abortions and women's body and shit like that, anybody's body, but when it comes to that, it's none of my business. I don't have to deal with that. It doesn't affect my life. Honestly, like any man that gets out here and have a problem with women having an abortion, you a sucker ass dude. Because I know plenty of men that they was with a woman and they had plenty of kids and they wife, girlfriends or whatever, and they was like, we don't want to have no more kids, but we don't want to get our tubes. I don't want to get my tube tied. You go get your shit. You go get your shit done. And I seen men damn near in tears, damn near freak out. I ain't doing that to my motherfucking thing, blah, blah, blah. Well, don't ask women to have an abortion. Do not ask women not to have an abortion. It's none of your, it's not, I ain't gonna say it ain't your business, but it's not your fucking body. So don't ask a woman to do it. If you ain't willing to do some things, don't ask a woman to do it. And just mind your fucking business. It ain't up to you. We need to get out of this whole thing and like we gotta be involved in other people's lives and shit. Like I don't want to tell people how to raise their children. That's you raise your children. But I ain't gonna sit there and allow no parent to fucking abuse their kid. But I ain't gonna sit there and trip out. I see a parent disciplining their child. Got nothing to do with me. That's their motherfucking child. People need to mind their business, man. And just because you raise and live your life the way you do with your family and how you are, that's you, nigga. Everybody ain't gonna like everything you do. Anybody and everybody can poke holes in any way of how people carry themselves and raise their family. Anybody can find a problem. It's so easy to do that. But you know what's hard to do? You know what's hard to do for people to do? Mind their business. Just mind your fucking business. But anyway, let's move on.
Is that important to you?
Yes.
Donald Trump doesn't believe in a woman's right to choose.
Okay, but there are certain cases where I believe that a woman should be able to choose, but there are also certain cases where, you know, that is a child inside of a woman's body. It's
none of your business. It's not your body, lady. It's not yours. Who are you to choose? Who are you to pick and choose how you feel about that and to put that on somebody else? You don't know them. You don't know their circumstances. You don't know how they was raised. You don't know what their religion is. You're just trying to take off whatever your religion, your beliefs is, and say you gotta abide by my shit. That's how that comes off, religious folks. You sound like Putin, Lil Kim. You sound like dictators. I'm just trying to explain this shit. Like, I don't even know why they can't see the connection to that. Because none of it what another woman wants to do with her and her body or whatever, it's none of your business. Long as if you feel what you're doing, as far as you and your life, you only supposed to focus on what you're doing to serve your God. Not what everybody else is doing. This shit is a cult. And I keep telling y'all that religion is a cult because they don't think rationally. You know, in certain circumstances, listen, lady, any of you religious people, it's none of your fucking business. I must keep saying that over and over again because I'm sick of these people. You don't know what's going on in somebody else's life. You creating scenarios in your head. Or you seeing one incident. Everybody's not doing that. Everybody doesn't believe in it. And listen, it's people that's not religious. I'm not religious. I don't believe in abortion. So, like, and there's plenty of people like me. But at the same time, there's plenty of people like me. It ain't my business. It's not my body. I don't get to make that decision. If the baby was in me, I could have a baby, then that's different. But I can't. And even if I could have a kid, it still ain't my business. To what the next man or woman do if they can have a baby. Like, come on. Like, it's just weird shit. Just mind your business. Certain circumstances. Listen, I'm going to say this once again. It is nobody out here after a certain type of weeks. It's already been a law. Even when Roe v. Wade it was already a law like that through the country. You can't terminate a baby at a certain many weeks. Now they trying to take it backwards, like, earlier. You can't do it. Like, yo, well, you just might as well just have a ban on abortions. Stop. You can't. It's just weirdness. Why people gotta be so fucking weird these days? I don't understand. Just leave it alone. It's not your body. Leave it alone. Nobody's killing children. It's not, these shits are not happening. They're making shit up in the head. And their religion doesn't tell them that. What in the Bible tells you at the certain many weeks? Or when a woman find out that she's pregnant, that it's like you're killing a baby. Where's that in the Bible? Because you got to understand, we didn't have the technology and as advanced as we are in technology and science. And as the doctors that we had back in somehow with their Bible. Their Bible is outdated. It's not upgraded. It's outdated. Listen, do y'all understand that it was because we didn't have a lot of the technology and shit that we have now? Like, you could say 100 years ago or maybe 200 years ago, we didn't have, like, you know how many kids, infants that died because of certain shit because they didn't have the type of technology and medicine that we have now? A woman dying in birth, having birth, her and the kid died because we didn't have certain shit back then. But they don't give a fuck about that. But to let these people tell you they doctors and all this shit now. Come on, man.
So I'm stand for both, but it's.
So Governor Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida, who's running for the Republican nomination, says there should be no abortions after 6 weeks. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree with that.
So a woman...
And why is that? Because of science. That's why they can make this dumbass after 6 weeks thing. Because before that, you can even probably say 100 years ago, we didn't have the science that you would know how far along women are. That's how I know that their whole religious bullshit about abortion is bullshit. They didn't have that back even 100 years ago. They couldn't know how many weeks a woman has been pregnant. Listen, even now, if you never go to a doctor and a woman is pregnant, she would never know how far along she is. Let's go back to old time. Without science, without doctors, without none of that shit, without technology, without none of that shit, put it to the side. Without any of that, you wouldn't, a woman or you, whoever you may be, you would never know how far along a woman is. So I'm trying to tell you, my point is, How the Bible know that? How anything in the Bible can tell you that? How can you put stipulations on something because you believe in religion? Without technology and all that. Because it wasn't no technology and advanced doctors that we have now in the Bible. It's nowhere in the Bible. It's not written nowhere in that motherfucker. You get my point here? These people are gone cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Just trying to tell you. So they trying to mix religion with science and all. Man, keep that shit out of there. Like, it was some shit I heard where some religious person was like, you know, no, they was trying to pass a bill. I think it was Ohio or some shit like that. He wanted he wrote a bill and he wanted to I'm paraphrasing a little bit. I had just seen it a while ago, like maybe a day or two ago. And the lady was asking him or whatever, one of the other congresswomen, a sister, and she was and asked him how would it God damn it. No, he was saying that some like up and coming you know, people that's trying to be doctors, right? But they got a religious background and they feel discriminated against because they have to do these type of services that their religion is against, like like abortion and transitioning, helping men or women transition over to being men and women, shit like that, right? And so my thing is with that is find something that where you don't have to. It's plenty of different types of doctors, right? But they're choosing to get in fields where they have to go against their morals. So that's number one, right? So it's a choice that they're making. They're just trying to change the status quo of y'all shouldn't be doing this because of religion. So if you're getting it for that, then you're doing something wrong to me. Because I don't give a damn about your religion as a patient. I don't care. Tell me about your education, your smarts about in the science with the procedure or whatever I'm getting in there. I don't give a fuck about your religion. I'm a patient. I don't care about what you talk, what your beliefs is. You're not there to tell me about your beliefs. I don't come in I don't go to a doctor to give a fuck about a doctor's belief in his belief in religion. I want to know what your experience, how great of you are of a doctor, and how experienced you are in your field. That's all I care about. I don't give a fuck about your religion. Honestly. So that's number one. Then number two, if you feel so discriminated, it's people making you feel discriminated against, it ain't even discriminating against. It's letting people know your religion doesn't matter there. You're a doctor. Nobody gives a fuck about you, a religious doctor. If you're a religious doctor, get your degrees, get all the information you need to get all the experience you need to get, and go open up a cult-like medical field. Who the fuck cares? It's like religious people talking about schools. Like, you have religious schools. You kind of do different things over there in religious schools. Do that. Send your kids to that. You know why you won't send your kids? A lot of them, some of you won't send your kids there, but some of you can't send your kids there because you know why? Because they charge you. Just go off and do some other shit. You could open up your own clinic, own hospital. All the money you spending trying to change a policy, you could be investing in a church. I mean, in a hospital. Religious people mind boggle me. That's why, like, they like tell black people, like, we hear a lot of times, we tell black people, own your own shit, get your own shit. You ain't got to deal with them white folks. You ain't got to deal with that racism, right? And the bigotry. Nigga, vice versa to religious people. You ain't got to deal with the worldly world type of shit. Build your own shit. And that'll squash everything. Because you don't have to depend on them. You already don't pay taxes. But you want to be in the political field. It was something that a very religious mentor of mine said a long time ago, right? To me. He told me the difference between real, true religious people and how you separate the worldly world to your religious world. He said the number one thing that he does never ever do, if he goes out, because he works regular jobs, right? Out in the worldly world, right? He said what he never does, he never promotes religion while he's working 9 to 5. Because he understands it's a different world, it's 2 different worlds for him. But he says when he leaves that goddamn job, he's on religious time. So he moves in that way. So he spread the word, but he doesn't push it. Like, he doesn't try to push it on people. He just spread the word. He does what he does, go to church, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. But when he goes and work in the corporate world, in the worldly world, and he goes to restaurants and all that other shit that he does, right? Normal worldly world shit, right? He doesn't push religion. He understands that. And that's why I have the standard I have against these religious nuts, because I know they can do better. And I know that this shit is a cult. And I know that they're trying to push this shit on us. Like they talking about, oh, we pushing gay shit on them. No. We just telling you leave people the fuck alone. They exist. And as much as you want them not to exist, they exist. They exist even in your little religious world. Because there's a lot of homosexuals in your religious world, but they're covering it up. You're probably covering it up. That's all I'm saying. I know that's why listen, a religious person talk about the Bible all they want. I don't have to know the Bible to the T, but I know what I do know because I used to be religious. And I talk to real religious people that are very serious about their religion, and they don't push that shit on people. And they don't discriminate, and they let people be who they gonna be. They understand the difference between their religious world and society. They get it. So this shit is just nut job shit to me. Let's move on.
Woman should not have the right to get an abortion if she's 7-8 weeks pregnant. She may not even know she's pregnant at that point.
I mean, I believe that most likely she will know at that point, but if she doesn't, of course, you know, baby has been growing inside of her for 6 weeks, so it's, you know, you'd be killing someone if you didn't.
They don't know that. Lady, listen, you're not a doctor. And listen, I don't even know if this woman even has ever been pregnant before. Without doctors, without science, no woman, no human being, man or woman, knows how far along a woman is without science and technology. Without a doctor. You just don't know that. It's impossible for you to know that. No woman knows when the first time she knew she was pregnant. Until she goes to the doctor and they can give her a ballpark figure, basically, of when she actually was pregnant. So listen, she doesn't know or she's lying. But either way, it's fucked up. Because if you don't know, then you're not that educated in what the fuck you talking about. You shouldn't even be speaking on it. That's like telling the doctor, about some shit that he done spent half of his life working hard and went to school and stayed up nights and days and weeks of shit to learn, to tell them how shit works in the doctor's atmosphere, like what they do. Like, who the fuck am I? Niggas think that because they read some shit, they research some shit on the internet, they're a doctor now. You're not a doctor. You ain't go to school for it. I wouldn't trust nobody that ain't been no doctor. Over my homeboy, he read some shit on the internet. Please, bro. You can research all you want, bro. I'll take you in consideration what you said. But nigga, I'm going to holler at some doctors. Especially if they at the top of their game. They top doctors. But I'm gonna take my homeboy that work construction. I'm gonna listen to him more than I'm gonna listen to a fucking doctor. They got totally different occupations, but this motherfucker reads off the internet and research some shit, and he think he knows everything about being a doctor. Come on. We're kidding. People, don't kid yourselves. Let's just move on, man.
Did an abortion.
It doesn't have a heartbeat, though, until longer, so it's not like it's killing a person, right?
I still believe that it's killing a person, because that is still a human being inside
Right.
that. No.
You believe that, but that doesn't make it true. It's a lot of shit I believe in doesn't make it true. It's just an opinion. It's just a belief or a feeling that you may have, but doesn't mean that it's true. Listen, people, I have been predicting how a lot of shit has been happening and where we was going to happen and where we are now. I have been predicting a lot of this shit. But the one thing I can tell y'all, I ain't 100% about it. Because a lot of shit, other shit has happened that I'm kind of shocked that happened. Shit ain't go exactly how I said it was going to go, but it went a little bit that way. But so that mean I wasn't 100%. This lady is giving what I believe. What I believe. What listen. But it's not factual though. It's not based in truth. A lot of times people's beliefs is not based in truth. Listen, it could be a killer out here that says, my belief, I have to kill people. Does it make it right? No. Listen, people, I can give you all the excuses in the world or my beliefs in the world or why I sold dope to my own community and hurt my community. And I can justify it. Does it, at the end of the day, does it make it right? No. No. Regardless if you can feel where I'm coming from and understand where I'm coming from. I can understand where this lady is coming from. I get it. But it's not based in facts. Let's move on.
No, doesn't matter if they have a heartbeat or anything. There's still fetus growing inside of someone, and that mom is still going through many symptoms and, her trimester symptoms to, carry that baby, whether they have a heartbeat or not.
What about once a child is born? Since you believe very strongly in life, you believe in protecting life once a child is born?
What was that?
Once a child is born, should our society, should our government do more to protect kids after they're born? Or should a child or a baby be totally on its own with their family and no government help?
I mean, it depends on the circumstance. Again.
No, it doesn't. Not according to your beliefs. Because you're making people that's not ready to have kids. You're making them have kids, knowing that they financially can't take care of them. They don't have the financial support or emotional support. or anything like that. You don't care about none of that. It's a life. Okay, then what happens when the parent can't take care of the kid? What happens to the kid? The kid grows up fucked up. You know why I know that? Because I'm one of them. I used to be one of them. I used to be a fucked up kid because my parents was not ready to have children. But they had children. They had me. That was their beliefs. They didn't believe in abortions. My mom, to this day, still don't believe in abortions. My dad might feel a little different about it, but at that time, my dad didn't believe in abortion either. I come from a very religious family. My dad and my mom come from very religious people that's very religious in the family. We come from that. They didn't believe in that shit. But was they qualified to be having kids at their age? No. Not who they was, the circumstances, their family, how family was organized, how was it dysfunctional? I'm not saying organized, but dysfunctional. I had no support. And it fucked me up. Lucky through the big guy and a couple of mentors and a couple of family members, I seen the light and I got better. I turned into a better person. But that don't work out for everybody. You don't want the government to help people. But you want the government to make people have babies, though. Tell me how that makes sense. Some people ain't meant to have kids. My aunt she probably be a great parent for all we know, right? She couldn't have kids. But some people are just good at being uncles and aunts and godfathers and shit. They ain't good to be raising children. Listen, people, part of the reason why I didn't want to have any kids is because I didn't think that I would be a good parent. I didn't have a good upbringing of people showing that maybe I could be a good parent. Because I'm looking at my parents. I'm looking at the people around me. The reason I believe I'm a decent parent is because all the mistakes that I've seen people make, I try not to make that with my child. Plus, my child is autistic, so I have to be very patient. I have to be aware. I have to be more involved. But even if she wasn't, I would still be the way I am. Because I learned from the mistakes. But everybody everybody can't do that, what I do. Everybody's not capable of doing that. If you fucked up, you just push down the generation of being fucked up to your kids. And then your parents push it down to you, and you only take what your parents did for you and what you seen from them, and you take it down to your kids. That's how shit works. It's very rare that you stop the fucked up shit that happened to you for generations, right? That you change that. This is not like people, like these religious people pretend that they live. I told you they live in a different society, they live in a different world. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these people. They have no clue of what they're talking about. They live in a cult. Everything seems simple when everybody's following just this. But when you have different people in society with different beliefs and upbringing and shit like that, that's where it get complicated. Can you adapt to that? They can't. See, this is one thing I noticed from religious people. They can't adapt to reality. So they have to live, a lot of them have to live in fantasy land where they have to be controlled. They like to be controlled. Honestly, they do. Because they're followers. They're not leaders. A lot of these religious people, even this young lady that we're talking to, she's a follower. She don't know how to be a leader. She can't stand amongst other leaders. See, this is the real world, right? I know how to adapt to everything because I've been around a lot of motherfucking time and I done seen different situations, and I dealt with different people with different types of personalities. So I know how to deal with them. Sometimes you can't help certain people. Some people you gotta let be what they gonna be. Sometimes you gotta let shit be what it is. And at the same time, I had to realize that you gotta take a self-awareness of yourself. Everybody don't connect to you. Everybody don't connect to me. Everybody can't see what I see. Everybody can't adapt to shit that I can adapt to. A good or a bad way. They just can't. It's not in them. They're a different person. So what do? You try to adapt to others in their own way. That's a real leader. So when you hear these type of people like this, they're followers. They don't know how to think for themselves. They can't move around by themselves, and everybody needs help. Even if you are a leader, any leader you know in history needed somebody or needed people to help them. That's a real leader. But sometimes you're going to have to be on your own. You have to stand on your own. Could these people really do that? No. I told people I was telling a homeboy of mine. The reason I know I'm a leader, right? And it's not on arrogant shit. It's just this is why I know this. It's because of the simple fact, part of who I am personality wise is a loner. I'm more of a loner than anything. I used to be a people's person in a way, right? But as I got older, I'm more of a loner. I started really figuring out this other part of my personality, right? Or who I am, my character, who I am, right? As a person. That's how I know I can adapt to shit. I know I can stand on my own because I'm a loner. I don't need people around me to make me feel good. I don't need people around me to adapt to shit. I'll figure it out. And if I can't, the good thing about me, which helps to be a good leader, you ask questions. You ask people for their experience and what they see, so you can kind of pick the brain. Even a leader have to listen to others. You just don't be a leader like that. That's not how a leader works. That's not how being a leader works. But anyway, let's move on.
You know, it's if a parent decides that they become a parent, they should be responsible for taking care of that child. Of course, there are certain circumstances where, moms.
But you're telling people that you're making teens and people that had children. But I'm going to tell you why they don't really care about none of that shit, or what I'm talking about, right? It's because of their religion. Their religion tells them they need to be celibate. They need to wait till they marry to have sex, just to have sex. So that's why they, in their mind, in a way, I used to be religious. I know this shit. That's why they can't see. They don't really care if people ain't ready to have children or if they bad parents or not, because they feel like they sinned by having sex outside of not being married, because that's their beliefs. Listen, people, we done seen some of the so-called religious people in the world don't know how to be parents. Some of them molest their children. Just trying to, or some of them are way too overprotective of their children, and when their children get older, they leave them. So how's this working out for you? I keep telling y'all, in this country, real religious people, it's not a lot of them. It's a lot of fake and pretenders. A lot of people that want to be religious here and there, right? but they're not they're not fully religious. Y'all need to understand that. It's a difference. Because they can't handle the pressure of even being a true religious person, living by them strict rules like that. So a lot of them be out here faking and hating. You see your politicians, a lot of them ain't real true religious people. They're not. You may have a 5% of politicians that really are real true religious people. 5%. The other 95%, they ain't living a religious life like that. You know why they can't? Because they shouldn't even be in government. All the horrible shit they got to deal with of sending people to go kill other people, that's not religious. That's not what religious people do. Religious people are about peace. They ain't about bringing harm. So when they be talking about the Ghana situation with Israel, that's a religious beef. Even the Jews, when they get all upset, they're not Jewish people. Like it's not a race. That's a religious belief. I could be Jewish. If I pick up the religion, you see Minister Farrakhan, he's really Jewish. He's just a black Jew. Like just be real. It's a religion. It's not even a race. That's not religion. I mean, like, it's not a race. So it's just a religion that they believe in. And like I said, they contradict their own self. They okay with war. That's not in your religious beliefs. It's about bringing peace. That's why you don't mix religion with politics. You don't do that. And you see how shit is turning out. Look at Israel. Look at Ghana. Look at a lot of these fucking other countries. They mix religion. Saudi Arabia, name them all. Putin, all of them. Name them all. All the dictators in the world in history. Hitler, same shit. They mix religion with politics. I would say, religion with regular society. And people, we know that shit don't mix very well together. That's why you're supposed to keep your religion to yourself. You ever hear, like, a lot of white people, they don't want to, like, tell you who they voting for? It's the same thing with religion. They supposed to be the same way. Religion supposed to be the same way. Keep your religious shit to yourself. I don't mind you voting for somebody that say they pro-life or whatever. I ain't no problem with that. My problem is that you are trying to push a religion on somebody. And that's not cool.
Teen moms, single parent families, who, I believe that they could use some assistance, but for the most part, it's like they're choosing to become parents, and they should.
But it's not the child's fault if they're born to.
First of all, a lot of people, they're not. First of all, a lot of the times, see, this is what I mean about these people who are not living in reality. A lot of these people that even young folks, women that have children, a lot of them can't afford abortions. Right? It's probably cheaper to have an abortion than go through all the, the medical, the doctor shit. Right? A lot of people listen, it's probably about a good 60%, maybe 70% of people that had kids that did not want to have kids. I'm one of them. For whatever my beliefs are or whatever my reason or not wanting to have kids, but I'm in that percentile. right? So a lot of people don't want to have kids like they think. So they was like, well, they chose to have kids. Like, a lot of people ain't choose to do that. A lot of people got pressured into doing it. Some people, like I keep telling them, they keep acting like we don't understand where they're coming from with abortion. A lot of people don't believe in abortion. I wasn't going to tell my wife to go having a fucking abortion. Number one, I already knew she always wanted to have kids. That was always one of our things that I think that bring a strain on our relationship in a way, right? So I already knew that. And my wife already had a miscarriage like earlier when we got together. And I totally handled that shit wrong. So I kind of remember like, nah, nigga, don't do what you just did. Right? Like, you know, you learn from past mistakes. So as much as I didn't want to have a kid, I knew she really did. I cared more about her. Right? Let's just say my wife, I wanted to have a kid, and my wife did not want to have a kid. I would understand even then, because you know why? I'm not having the kid. She's having the kid. Once that kid is born, yes, then it's my responsibility. If that woman decides that, yeah, I'm going to have this kid, and then y'all go through all the transition, then it's your responsibility, even before the kid is born. Right? But if she decides that, yeah, we're going to have this kid, then you ride with that. And it may seem to a lot of men out here, that's unfair. Nigga, grow up. Grow the fuck up. That's society, bro. Everything is some shit that women can do that men can't do. Women get away with shit that men can't get away with. It's vice versa for women. Certain shit we can do, they can't do. It's certain things that we get away with, you can't get away with. That's life. That's reality. That's why I say I live in reality. I don't live in this fake la-la land. But I knew, nigga, I better make sure I handle this shit way better than I handled it when the shit first happened, when we lost our first kid. Like, so, like, it's not being a suck ass dude, suck a man, and you ain't a manly man for that. No, nigga, it ain't your body, nigga. And like I said, at the end of the day, it ain't your decision either about if that woman's gonna keep that kid or not. Cause like I said, you was partly responsible. Ain't nobody tell you to go in there and have sex with that woman, regardless if you use the condom or not. Cause you can still get a woman pregnant with a condom, so you know the risk. It's a part of the risk. If you ain't never been in sex education or have that conversation with any person that's older or do school or whatever, then something wrong with you. Every man knows that. Every woman knows that. So this whole notion that men be like, well, you know, I should have more sex. No, you don't. You actually don't. Like I said, you got sucker niggas out here too that intentionally get women pregnant. Just like you got these hoes out here that does shit like that too. You got these sucker ass dudes out here that do whole shit like that intentionally get women pregnant. Trying to tell y'all, man. I don't think it's all women do that shit. No, it's sucker ass niggas out here to do that, sucker ass men that do that shit. Let's move on.
To a parent who can't take care of that child or can't feed that child, it's not the child's fault, right? So shouldn't our government at that point step in and try to help?
Yes and no.
You have to be born to be someone. But they're so willing to murder people that their idea of pro-life only extends to the womb.
I saw the sign, choose adoption. Yeah. And how many children have you adopted?
Not able to adopt. I'd love to adopt. We weren't able to adopt.
And how many children?
That's a lie. That's a lie. Two reasons. It's two reasons that she couldn't adopt. One, because she didn't want to. Two, is because she probably wasn't qualified. But that should let you know everything. People tell you it's very hard to adopt kids. It's actually really not. It's actually really not hard to adopt kids. It's actually really not. Actually really not. So she's lying. She didn't want to adopt kids, or she couldn't because she wasn't qualified. Because of whatever was going on in her weird ass life. And you look at her, she out there now, she a weirdo. That's probably the reason why they told her you can't adopt kids. So that is, don't blame me, I couldn't. No, you coulda if you wasn't a weirdo. It's not hard to adopt kids, man. Oh shit! Oh, the dog cage arrived. Of course, when I start going live and shit, then that motherfucker come. Not a dog cage, but a gate. I'm supposed to be out there doing a section for the dog. My dog on the deck to give him his own space and shit. Cause you know I gotta take my motherfucking deck back, man. This nigga taking the animals taking over my house. One day my daughter take over the goddamn house. Then now my animals taking over the house. I got a cat and a dog. These niggas done took over my house. Nah, y'all nigga. I like structure, nigga. And I told you I got OCD. So I like structure and shit, yo. Like, no. You know what I mean? Like my dogs is and my animals is very disciplined. My cat, he know better, nigga. He got his own section in the back. He know he better not cross that goddamn door line. You gotta be real talk. I'm very strict on that shit. Like my daughter, same shit. I'm strict, but I'm fair. I do anything in the world for my daughter and the animals. Going out of my way. Just bought him a new dog house. I'm gonna get him another one for the inside. Cause he liked that one that I just bought for him. I put together today. But anyway. Yeah, man. Just weird shit. And mind you, these are the same people telling people not to have abortions, but they ain't willing to step up to adopt kids. This bitch is like 60-something years old. Nobody wants you to adopt no kids. You too old to be even trying to, like, as a grandparent, you don't want your goddamn grandkids around you. You can't have your grandkids around you all the time. Like, man, you want them to go the fuck home. I'm an uncle, nigga. I love my nieces and nephews, nigga. I get them for a little minute. My godkids get them for a little minute. Go home. Real talk. Like, people don't be real. People out here faking this shit. Nah, nigga, hey. Real talk. These people ain't adopt no kids, but they want to make teenagers and people have children that ain't ready, can't afford them, and shit like that. And then throw them in the system. And we know the system is bad. Listen, I tell people, when you throw kids in the system, it's like throwing them to the justice. It's like putting them in the juvenile detention. Just telling y'all. You think I'm lying? Google it, nigga. Go see the stories of how horrible they get them children get mistreated. Cause you know why? Cause they ain't they fucking kids. They don't give a fuck about nobody kids. It ain't theirs.
How many children have you adopted?
None. I have two of my own. Yeah.
And how many children have you adopted?
None.
And how many children have you adopted?
I have two of my own. Yeah.
But so you've adopted?
I have two of my own.
But you haven't adopted. Okay. The message. Okay.
Once you're out here,
it's not the message. You old bitches is sitting out here making people have children because you raised whatever kids you did, but everybody ain't on that level to raise children. And then if they not, so now they got to go through the system. And you don't give a fuck about that because you don't hear the horror stories that these children go through in the system. Because nobody gives a fuck about them. You know why? Because the The parents, it's not that they may not even care about them, but some don't. They throw them in the system because they can't take care of them. You think the system cares about them, bitch? Everybody from the system don't grow up to be successful. They don't all get adopted. They all stay in the system. And then they go out into the world at 18. They let them go. With no structure. With no love. No unconditional love. No belonging. And these children are fucked up. But they don't give a fuck about that. They only give a fuck about their own fucked up beliefs. I know plenty of people that are adopted. That's friends of mine. Trying to tell you. And they grew up, you know, they had good upbringings and shit through they shit. You see the fucked up, the flaws and shit. I had a homeboy that grew up in that shit. That nigga was weird, bro. Like, he had no... You could get this nigga to do anything. This nigga would kill for you if you got him. If you push them to do it. Honestly. I ain't even gonna lie to you, because I ain't gonna always say like I was a good human being and shit. Listen, I used to get this nigga to do shit that he shouldn't be doing. I wouldn't do it now, but I'm just saying, back in those days, nah, nigga. I was doing bullshit too. I got this nigga to do anything. You do stupid shit. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all, I got a lot of demons, nigga. I don't sit here, the shit I talk about, I don't be sitting here. It's nothing to glorify. It's just to make awareness of shit. And try to show y'all I ain't never been perfect. And I'm still ain't perfect. Nobody's perfect. We're supposed to open our minds up to shit. And stop thinking that because we ain't go through it, or like it's just weird to think like that. Cause I ain't go through it, why would I care? You should care. Because it could happen to you. It could happen to somebody that's close to you. You never fucking know. I speak about a lot of shit a lot of times because it's my own personal interactions, or I've been through it, or it's people I know. Stop being so fucking selfish. We live in a society where people are so fucking selfish. I ain't gonna lie to you. Probably because I was amongst the selfish society at the time. But I recently realized, like maybe about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago, how selfish people are. How society is so selfish. We're very selfish people. We don't give a fuck about shit, man. And then you wonder why. Then we sit in, we bitch and complain. We get on our little internet. We get on our YouTube. We get on other shit. Social media, and bitch and complain about the youth. Look at how we acting. And then you wonder why the youth the way they are. You wonder why the children the way they are. Look at your selfish ass. You can't bitch and complain about the youth, nigga. Bitch and complain about who you are. How you treat people, how selfish you are. But this is the society that we live in now. It's just sad, bro. Let's go to a quick commercial break, people. We'll be right back. right, people, we back from quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can donate to the channel, go to OBF, the real Cash App, and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. Need more information to subscribe and donate to the channel? It's down there strolling below, people. Make sure you guys share the videos, man. Push it out there, man, so we can get people to come in and get these jewels that we dropping. You know what I mean? All right, let's get it back in.
Out here, Republicans don't care about being pro-life. They don't. They love the idea of unlimited guns so people can do mass shooting. They love the idea that people can have these freedoms that are unchecked so they can kill and do whatever they want to. They love the idea that no one should be able to check this craziness that is their policies. Republican doesn't care about life. It never did. It's about control, and it always will be. The party is sick. This is why it follows Donald Trump tooth and nail. No need to lie about it. The Republican finds itself in this current state for one reason and one reason only, and that reason is because they lack a moral compass. Even their evangelicals don't look like they evangelically. Just make that word up, y'all. Republicans are out here misusing God, the Bible, for their own purpose. And that purpose, my friends, that purpose is for power, absolute power. That's why our democracy is in shambles. Because one of the only two major parties in this state, talking about the United States, this nation state, is completely delusional. Facts don't matter, history don't matter, Constitution don't matter. You just gotta follow Trump. Trump is their God. Not my homeboy Jesus. Trump is their God. I'm Mondale Robinson.
Listen, I try to tell y'all that over and over again. These people are crazy. I've been saying this shit for years about Trump supporters. They gone, bro. They gone. They gone. This shit is sad, and this is where we at in 2024. I thought, like, you would think, like, you know, we like, what, almost 80 years from the civil rights movement? Like, we will be better as people. But we not. A lot of us are not. We just live in this weird ass society, man. Like I said, a lot of people that you see on social media that say crazy and fucked up shit and they do crazy shit, these people always been there. They've been these people. It's nothing new. It's just now the social media, it just gave them the platform to be nutter butters. To be the people that who they really are. You know how, like, when people say money changed people and shit like that? No, money don't change people. It's just hyping who you are. Honestly. It's just hyping who you are in a good or bad way. That's what money does. So, that's all social media does. It's just hyping who people really are. It gives them more resources to be kind of who they are. So that's why you see people say the craziest, the outlandish things on the internet. Because before you didn't have, people probably was saying this shit before for social media. But now, and you probably look at them like, man, get your crazy ass out. And you almost accepted that shit in a way, right? But now in social media, people just say whatever the fuck they want to say. They actually, but they've been saying it. And a lot of people, we have been tolerating these type of people too. Don't act like they just, like I said, like they knew. We ain't know they was like this. Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did. And sometimes you can be ignorant to people because you got so much love for them, you just ignore them. You put blinders on for them. You know what I mean? You justify by putting blinders on because you care about them. They family members or they friends of yours or they whatever. And so you just, or they idols are yours. And you just put blinders on. These people been here. They've been saying this type of shit. It's nothing new. Social media is just hyping who they really was. They got a more of an opportunity to speak exactly to millions of a bunch of people on the internet. That's all. It's got more of an opportunity to speak to where people are listening to this nonsense. And it's no different with money. Money doesn't change you. Not like how you think. Social media didn't change these people. These people been like that. Money didn't change people. It just hyping who they were. They just got more of an opportunity to be, if they're bad people, to be bad. To do despicable shit. That's all. Because if you already have morals, a moral compass, and you already have morals, and you carry yourself a certain way, money shouldn't change you that much. It shouldn't. Everybody, listen, I don't give who the fuck who you are. You can be the most frugal person in the world. Listen, you get some money, everybody got this in them. You gonna stun a little bit. It just is what it is. Everybody like good shit. But the problem with that is, do you spread it around to where everybody else don't feel jealous? To where you put other people in positions to live that lifestyle. That's the issue. People like to get all the money and don't want to share, and don't want their friends or their family members or whoever, right, to be on that level with that. That's what that is. I salute niggas that's on my level or some shit like that. Like, you don't hate on that. Or somebody that got more than me. You salute it. You don't hate on it. It's like that shit off of Belly, that one shit that Yo said. Yo was like, yeah, I don't like that shit. I'm gonna drop a dime on that nigga. You get what I mean? That's how a lot of motherfuckers in society are right now in America. Believe it or not. I ain't gonna speak on the outside of our country. It ain't got nothing to do with me, to a certain extent, right? But yeah, that's how a lot of people in America is. I don't like that shit. I'm gonna drop a dime on that nigga. Hating. Instead, he be like, that shit'll motivate you to be like, man, I want to get that shit. That nigga got that. I want to get that. And I'm gonna get it away differently. He might have got it away. The nigga that you glorifying, he might have got that shit in a crooked way, shitting on other niggas to get where he is. So you want to do it exactly the way he does? Nah. People gotta be real with themselves, man. Let's move on. This is another thing. Trump supporters, the MAGA supporters. I'm sorry. How MAGA supporters see the world. Another thing.
What does MAGA mean to you then? So make America great again. What does that mean to you?
The America I grew up with. We want it back. We want people to stop censoring us. We want them to stay away from our Second Amendment. We want freedom of religion.
Time out, bro. Everybody gets censored. Everybody does. Not even censored. Everybody gets censored to a certain extent. You just can't say whatever the fuck you want to say. Like, and first of all, I always bring this point up. Why do people have to feel that they have to say everything that they thinking about? Like, what makes you feel like you got to say everything that you thinking? Listen, people, I say a lot of crazy shit sometimes, right? I say some shit, I ain't gonna say crazy, I say a lot of shit that can offend people. But that's not my intentions, right? But I know sometimes I cross the line of saying some insensitive shit, right? But that's not my intention. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to just say whatever the fuck I want to say to hurt people. That's not the whole purpose of me saying the shit that I'm saying. Right? It's to help people. It's to help motivate people. It's to help people to look at shit in a different way. Right? That's my whole purpose. My purpose is not to just say whatever the fuck I want to say to offend people because it make me feel good. I feel free to say it. So when I hear these stupid ass people say, I don't want to be censored anymore. So you basically just saying you just want to hurt people. Words hurt, bro. Words can hurt as close to physical. It's very close. Words can hurt others. Like, I don't understand. I don't get the logic of it. Or what he's saying. Freedom to say what? To hurt people's feelings? To make yourself feel bad about yourself? What's going on? Let me go back because I think I missed something else he said. Let me go back.
We want it back. We want people to stop censoring us. We want them to stay away from our Second Amendment. We want free.
Let me just say this. Two things. Nobody is taking away your guns. Nobody has went in your house and took your guns. No one has said you can't own a gun. Other than you got to abide by rules to get a gun. You got to be a upstanding citizen to get a gun. You can't be running around here committing crimes and shit, because that does matter. If you a fucking loose cannon, why would it be okay for you to have a gun? We have mass shootings, have school shootings. What the fuck is wrong with you? So that's number one. Number two, I don't know why these people don't understand this. I'm a gun owner. I own guns. My wife owns guns. We own guns. We got, now I'm going to say a ton, but we got a pretty good amount of guns. All different types. Okay? People, I don't like guns. I keep guns for protection. You will not see me, even if I lived in an open carry state, you wouldn't see me just rolling around with a gun on my hip. You know why? Because of the simple fact, number one, I don't like guns. I don't like to see people roaming around with guns. Listen, I'm going to tell you something that I probably never told nobody. One of the reasons why I not fear cops, but I kind of get a little iffy around police officers, because they got guns on their hip. I don't really like guns. It's not my thing. This shit is intimidating. The shit can put you in a fight of not a fight or flight, but it can put you in an uncomfortable situation. You can feel very, very uncomfortable. I don't want to be eating dinner at a fucking restaurant and I see a dude with a gun on his hip. I go to the bathroom, this motherfucker got a gun on his hip. I don't want to be walking with my daughter and this motherfucker got a gun on him. And you don't know what type of time he on. He could be on some racist shit. You never know. So you got the freedom to say whatever you want, but you're rolling around with a fucking gun. If that's the fucking case, then everybody should just be rolling around with guns and say whatever the fuck they want to say with people. You know what happens with that? People start dying. Stupid idiot motherfuckers. That's what happened. Stupid idiot white dude. And people that think like him. Just dumb. Ignorant. Everybody ain't comfortable with having guns. Some people don't like guns. Nobody's saying your guns is getting taken off. I ain't even mad at open carrying states. I don't like it. But okay, cool. Nobody's taking your fucking guns. Stop lying about that. You just can't go and just get guns, nigga. It's a process. You go get your license. You don't like the way people get licensed? So you just put idiots out on the road that can't drive. Half the time, a lot of motherfuckers can't drive and they still get licensed. But I'm just saying, they went through the process of it. The fuck are you talking about, bro? You got very reckless driving ass people out here that shouldn't actually have license. Some motherfuckers shouldn't have licenses, shouldn't have guns. Regardless if you're upstanding citizen, some people just reckless as fuck. And don't give a fuck about nobody else. Oh, by law I can have it. Yeah, but you probably ain't mature enough to even have a fucking vehicle, to have a license. You probably not mature enough to have a fucking gun. Because you know why? Because you don't give a fuck about others. Come on, man. Let's move on. Idiot.
We want freedom of religion. So if you're a conservative, if you're a Christian,
Let me say this. Ain't nobody took away your religion. The problem is you want to adapt religion into politics. And that's a no-no. You can have the freedom to believe in whatever the fuck your goofy ass want to. Go ahead. Nobody cares about that shit but y'all. The problem is what y'all care about is nobody caring about that shit. You don't like the worldly world. Nobody asked you to be a part of the worldly world. You choosing to want to be a part of it. The one thing about being religious, you gotta have patience. A real religious person, you gotta have patience of dealing with others that don't believe in what you believe in. Listen, people, it's shit that I believe in, I see all the time. I have to have patience for people. Because I want to say a lot of shit. But say everything that you want, and just because of your beliefs. You just don't keep a lot of shit around you. You don't participate. I don't participate in shit that don't fit my worldviews. Regardless. Listen, I had a gay subscriber hit me up a while ago. Said to me, they were very disappointed in me because I said I wouldn't go to a gay club or support their gay parades. And I support y'all being, I support the parade, I support you have gay clubs, I support you as human beings. Shouldn't that be enough for you? That don't mean I have to show up. It's against who I am. I'm uncomfortable. So I gotta be uncomfortable to make you comfortable? Fuck out of here, man. Listen, y'all think that religious people be tripping. No, some of the people in the gay community be wilding. Some people be wilding. I support you. That should not be enough. I ain't saying we can't go to dinner, no shit. I'm just saying, hey, I don't want to be in the gay club. I'm not dancing with other men. Not happening. I'm heterosexual. I dance with women. And if I try to go dance with a lesbian, she gonna look at me like I'm crazy. Then get up off me. And I don't want to be hit on by no other man. Why would I want to be a part of that? Ain't nothing good that I'm getting out of that. I support you. I ain't got no problem. I wouldn't pass no laws, no policies saying, no, we can't have a gay club here. No. Let them get a club. Let them be. They can live next door. Ain't going to no gay cookouts. Nigga, it's just not happening. I don't know why people gotta, you trying to make people be a part of something that they don't want to be a part of. But we do have choices of what we don't want to be a part of. And you ain't got to be offended by it or vice versa. Don't be offended because other people doing some shit that you may not like. I ain't offended that they got gay clubs, gay parade, gay flags, and gay, gay day, whatever. I don't got a problem with that. Do you? Don't mean I got to be a part of everything. It's like having a friend, and you do some shit. You got a lot of events going on. He say, nah, I ain't comfortable with doing that. You get mad at him because he ain't comfortable with doing that. Regardless if you think it's the right thing for him to do. Like, why you ain't a part of that? He ain't a part of it, nigga. It ain't his thing. Leave it be. Listen, prime example, I don't get mad at people that watch football no more. support football. That's on you. I won't do it. Don't invite me. I ain't coming. Motherfucker asked me about football the other day. At the job. At the Ravens lost. Nigga, I know they lost. That's about it. I know who the quarterback is. I know maybe a wide receiver or some shit like that. I know who the coach is, but other than that, I don't know who the fuck the rest of the team is. It's because that ain't my shit. Can't hold that against me like I ain't gonna hold it against you. That's what you... It don't hurt me. Now, morally, it may fuck with me a little bit, but hey, I get over it. I'm a big boy. I get over it. Fuck out of here, man. People just need to start minding their business, man. Let people live their lives. Stop. Whatever your moral standards is, sometimes it's certain shit that we all gotta be on a certain page with morally. But some shit you just leave be, bro. You creating a conflict that doesn't need to be there. Honestly. Like, it's almost like no lie to y'all. Shout out to the brother Weezy. I tell Weezy all the time, yo, when he get fucked up, that nigga's an agitator. It's like he intentionally wants to spark some type of conflict. You get what I mean? Some people are like that. Regardless if they doing it intoxicated, or it's some people that does it sober. But those type of people like that like to see shit going, like, yo, it's weird to me. I don't understand that shit. And it's frustrating. It's like, yo, come on, man. It's too much. It's too much real shit really going on in the world to be just agitating stupid shit to cause conflict. But we live in that type of society. Shout out to my brother Weezy, but he does that. It's my man 100 grand. I tell him, every time he get fucked up, that nigga, boy, he just be on some bullshit. Nigga spark controversy. Let's move on.
If you're a Christian, if you're white, you're male, it doesn't matter what color you are. We want people to be respected for who they are. We don't need to have...
That's a lie. Because if that's the case, and you want people to be respected for who they are, then why you don't accept gay people for being who they are? Because it's against your religion. Right? Because that's the first thing you'll say. I'm a heterosexual male. I don't want to watch two gay dudes fucking. I won't be a part of that. But I don't give a fuck if they do it. Ain't my thing. I won't want to pass no policy and laws because of my beliefs of being a heterosexual male. They can't do that because I'm a heterosexual male. Like, they don't even think about what they saying. We want everybody to be who they are. That's a lie. You just lied. You are a liar. Your religion won't allow people to be exactly who they are. That's a lie. Listen, you are a Trump supporter. You are a racist. That is a lie that you want people to be who they are. To feel free to be who they are. That's a lie. You believe in racism. So how do you believe everybody should be who they are? You a bigot. How you believe that? That's not true. Let's move on, man.
Of stones of infinity stones, because you're black, you're gay, you're trans. We just want everybody to be treated equal. And they're trying to say that we're the party of the racist party when they're the ones actually wanting Jim Crow rules back.
And what?
Well, colleges, they want to have black and white graduations. They want to separate.
First of all, you are a liar. You racist piece of shit. You are a liar. That is not happening. Who told you that? Where you see that at? Let me throw a jewel out here to this racist piece of shit. And anybody that think like him. When you think of HBCUs, white or whatever race outside of black people is always accepted to those colleges. It ain't hard for you to get in there, believe it or not. But it's very hard for the black people to get into those all-white colleges. Very hard. And other minorities. So that's not true. And we're not doing all black graduations without white people. What the fuck are you talking about? That is not even happening, bro. Just because you see a whole bunch of everybody on the stage that's black that's graduating, because that's going to a HBCU college. HBCU's been around. Why do you think that happened? Honestly. Do you think black people just all of a sudden came up, we guys got to do black schools? No. We wasn't accepted into your people's schools. You ignorant piece of shit. And you're lying and talking about they intentionally trying to have black schools and white schools. Who are you talking about? Who's this? Who? Oh, I'm sorry. You talking about the libs? Come on. Like I said, I go off the words of one of their used to be leaders before they kicked them to the curb. McCarthy, that used to be the House Speaker in the House. He said it. He said, the Democrat Party looks more like America. My party looks like an good old boy club. Paraphrasing a little bit. But that's exactly what this man basically said. So you tell me who's more inclusive, who cares more about everybody? It's damn sure ain't your party. It ain't the guy you voting for, you ignorant piece of shit. You mega stupid motherfuckers. You can have the ignorant Latinos all you want. You can have some of them Mexican ignorant foreign motherfuckers. You can have them. They sound as stupid. You know why they sound stupid? Because they got an accent. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? And you Mecca? Wow. You sound almost, that's like when I see black people over there trying to use some type of slang that black people use over there and they Meccas. Trying to act like they down. Remember when Tim Scott, I don't know if y'all seen this, he was at when he was running for president, he had a little rally, and he went, I guess a little friend of his, and he went to the guy, and he gave him a 5, and he did like that. Who the fuck? This nigga, excuse me, he wanted to be down so bad, but looked it so corny. That's how I feel about minorities that side with Trump and the Republican Party. Honestly, y'all look goofy as shit. You look out of place. And the reason you look out of place is because we know that party really only has you there because you are token Negroes and token minorities. You there to make it seem like they accept minorities and black people. But you too blind to see that. Or maybe you do know that and you just don't care because the money good. Whatever, but either way, you sound You look stupid and ignorant as fuck. But anyway, let's move on.
To separate us.
Where do they want that?
What colleges? Man, look. Okay, I don't know. Google it.
Make America great again. What does...
You got hit again. You got hit again. And this is my problem with stupid MAGA people. Hit again. Y'all need to hit again. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Hit again. Hit again.
Want to have black and white graduations. They want to separate us.
Where do they want that?
What colleges? Man, look. Okay, I don't know. Google it.
Make America great.
Where they doing that at? I don't know. You Google it. But you shouldn't say nothing if you can't. God rest the mamba. Listen, Coach, you see what I'm dealing with? You see what I'm dealing with? Listen, hey man, you said it. He said it. They separating black and white people from colleges. Okay, the guy asked him, where? What's the evidence? I don't know. You Google it. What? Why I gotta Google something or look something up if you're telling me that this actually exists? Give me an example. He can't do that because it's a lie. I told you, liars will reveal themselves. He don't even know what he believes in. This nigga, he's just making up shit. Or he heard it somewhere and yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. He didn't do no research, because if he did do some research, he wouldn't find that. Listen, people, I seen this clip, right? When he said it, let me Google this shit. Let me do some research. I actually research and Google it. You will never see that. Only time you will Google and research that about some shit like that is back before black people had rights. We had no choice but to go to those. Even at the civil rights movement, they still made us feel out of place. They still didn't accept us. So nigga, we kept going to our schools. A lot of us did. Some of us didn't. Some of us went to fight. Did what they did. And I ain't knocking them. Me myself, I'd have stayed amongst my own. That's just me. But I can't. They was much younger, and probably if I was younger, I probably would try to fight too. You never know, right? But some shit, I'd say fuck that shit. At my age, I don't like to be somewhere where I'm not welcome. That's just me. But believe it or not, though, a lot of racists want you to feel that way, though, about a lot of shit. Don't fight. Yeah, you don't feel comfortable? Yeah, go amongst your own, because we don't want you here. They want that. That's their whole point. That's why he said, let's go back to how shit used to be. That's why they talk about make America great again. That's all it is. They want black people to go back to be amongst yourselves. And other minorities, don't be coming over here fucking with our shit that they felt that they built, but they ain't build shit. We built the shit, and they took credit for it. So, that's all that is. But he couldn't even answer his own bullshit that he spilled out. That's how I keep telling y'all. The MAGA people is not that fucking smart. They are idiots. They live in a cult, and they stupid. Some of them intentionally be stupid to placate to the rest of them, But a lot of the motherfuckers that they placating to are just stupid. And they know that. And they ignorant. They know that like, a part of them know this shit don't make no sense. But they don't care about that. But anyway, let's move on. Let's hear the blonde, dizzy white girl speak nonsense.
Make America great again. What does that mean to you? What's the again?
To me, the again means that we have somewhere safe where we can have those freedoms that we are so lucky to enjoy. There are so many people throughout the world that do not have what we have, and it is a blessing. That's why we have people that want to be here, and we will fully...
Actually, believe it or not, there's a whole bunch of people that don't want to fuck with America. But let's just be real about this. What she said was nonsense. Because so the rest of us don't care about freedom? That shit doesn't even make any sense. So I don't care about freedom because I don't agree with the type of behavior that you want to treat others with in a cruel way, in a bigoted way. So I don't care about freedom? Listen, and let me say this to all the MAGA people. America was never great. Ever. We had some periods in time of this country where shit got better, but we was never great. Ever. Outside of the country, maybe other countries thought that we was great. But in America, if you live there, you from here, listen, ain't nothing great up. We have never been great. Ever. Let me explain something to you. People keep forgetting this shit. When Hitler was doing what all he was doing, black people was still getting hung and burned. And still was segregated. And getting beat. The Klan was still running around. Do y'all understand that? So when was America great? That's like, it's always bogus to me when you hear white people that are Trump supporters speak on when America was great. They can't tell you a part of America. And then if they really be honest, like the one dude I did a story on, where the dude said, oh, he was a MAGA guy, he said when, the civil rights era, before the civil rights. At least he was honest about it. But America wasn't great then. But for him, that's when America was great for him. I just need MAGA people to be honest about it. Tell me when America was great for you. But America wasn't great for everybody. So America wasn't great. It was just great for you individually. And people like you. But America was never great. Ever. For me as a black man that lived in this country my whole life, it's insulting to me. Make America great. That's insulting to me. When it was great. Regardless of my struggle, I know my history. When was it great? I'm living now and I'm okay. I'm living okay, good. America's still not great to me. And I'm living better than what I used to live back then. It's still not great. What are you talking about? It's insulting. But anyway, let's move on.
fully encompass all of that greatness again.
When did we last have it, if it's again?
I feel like we did have that when President Trump was in office. I feel like we can work with what he built on in the first presidency and make it even better.
Racism. And I know a lot of Trump supporters, y'all get upset. You can't say Trump a racist. Yes, he is. Y'all okay with racism. It's all these spills is hate and racism. Only time it was positive for you when Trump was in there saying hateful things, disrespecting people for no apparent reason, and breaking the law. Fucking up the decorum of even how the country works, and everything in the government ain't all great. I agree with that, but you just fucking up a lot of the decorum shit that we do at least do have. He fucked a lot of that up. I remember I heard somebody say Trump just exposed the government for what it really is. Trump didn't have to do. I didn't have to see Trump do that to know how corrupt the government is and how corrupt politicians are. And how is another corrupt motherfucker that actually didn't really change anything, he actually just adapted to it and want to be more corrupt than the corrupt people that's in it? So how is he changing anything? People kept saying like he's not a part of the elite. Trump was always a part of the elite. Before he was a Republican, he was a Democrat. He supported the Clintons. He used to dine with the Clintons. He used to eat with the Clintons. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Trump is as corrupt as the motherfuckers he's saying who's corrupt. Think about it. Motherfuckers like, oh, well, he's trying to showing you all about the deep state. Listen, as a black man that knows some history about the government and about how this country works, I didn't need Trump to do that. I already knew. It's the stupid people that didn't know. Even when they say, oh, well, the Democrat Party been taking advantage of the black vote for a long time. I didn't need Donald Trump or the Republicans to tell me that. You know what I'm asking? Hey, what y'all gonna do for us? All right, we know that already. Okay, that's cool. Even if we didn't know that. All right, well, what you gonna do for us? Racism. Bigotry. Not raising minimum wage. What? Let the rich not to pay their fair share of taxes. What? That's what you offering me? As a black man? As a black person? Nah, bro. Nah. Listen, I don't like what they doing over the Democrat Party. But hey, I gotta ride with them. I can't ride with you. You ain't offering nothing. That's better than what I'm getting over here. Even though I feel I'm getting fucked over here. But not like this shit. No. No. That's why I ain't mad at people that voted for Biden. I'm not mad at y'all. I'm irritated by people now of complaining about it. It's the only thing. But I ain't mad people voted for Biden. I understood. I understand. I understood and I understand now. But I don't want to hear the complaints. You already knew what you was getting. You had an opportunity to vote outside of that, but you chose not to. That's why when I hear Charlemagne the God and all that shit, all these niggas, get the fuck out of here, bro. Y'all voted for him. Y'all knew what y'all was getting. Everybody, y'all knew what y'all was getting. You knew what happened when you voted for Biden and the Democrats. You knew. Them corporate Democrats, it's a difference. You know that. They just as corrupt as the Republicans, nigga. I done broke this shit down plenty of times. And people sit there and they get in the chat and they talk all that bullshit. And people say, oh, Kenny, oh my God, you can't say that though. The Democrats party is better than the Republicans. Yeah, in some ways, but they're not that different. They know how to use what they got. It's no different than what the Republicans is doing now with the racist people. Right? Like, they know what they gotta, promote to get them racist people to stay on their side. They know what to do. It's no different than the Democrats. They know how to get the black people in I'm saying the blacks, but the black people and the minority people, they know how to get them. We fall for the trap every time, just like the Magas. We not really that much different than them. The only difference is that we ain't racist. It's the only big difference. And that's a lot. We accept people. Not on that side. But you think about the Democrat politicians, they ain't no different, man, than the Republicans. Them niggas, they all work for the corporations. That's why I call them corporate Democrats. Biden is a corporate Democrat. Kamala Harris is a corporate Democrat. That bitch, they not gonna do nothing. That fuck dude, Biden ain't gonna do shit. He want the status quo, nigga. He told you he was, nothing gonna change when I get in there. I'm gonna get back to what we used to do. That right there let you know nothing was gonna change. Y'all don't listen to shit. But anyway, let's move on.
Even better.
When he was running in 2016, it was before he'd even been president, but he was still saying, make it great again. Again from when?
That is a good question. I would say if I could guess, it would be, and I think that they're very politically lined up, would be maybe with JFK. And when he was president, and what we embodied with some optimism and freedoms that we didn't have before, and trying to find that.
When was America
First of
last?
all, that's not the same, you ignorant bitch. Y'all are embracing white supremacy over there. Okay? Trump embraced it. And he's not even actually, I keep telling everybody, Trump is not really actually a full-blooded racist. He may be a bigot, but he's not a full-blooded racist. He's only adapting and accepting full-blooded racism because that's who supports him. Excuse me. That who makes him feel better about himself. He's a borderline psychopath. Right? So that's not the same with Kennedy. Was Kennedy a bigot? Yeah. Kennedy understood that it was going to be an uprising sooner or later. He was smart. He was ahead of the curve, you can say, in the politician game. I'm going to say this on Real Talk. You think that Kennedy would have even sat down with Martin Luther King and talked some things out or whatever if he didn't have to? You think he wouldn't have kept the same status quo of black people not having rights? Yeah, he would. Because he damn sure was a goddamn bigot. Was he a full-blooded racist? No, but he was a racist. It's a difference. Kennedy wasn't no great person. You got to go back and do y'all history on the times back then. Kennedy wasn't all that. Listen, nigga, if certain pressure wasn't on Kennedy and black people wasn't to the point of breaking of uprising, to where you might have seen a civil war, because that was going to be a civil war back in the day with around the with Martin Luther King, and you had the Nation of Islam. Nigga, shit was getting ready to pop off. That's why they killed them. Kennedy didn't know about it. Kennedy got assassinated because of the simple fact that his white counterparts was like, hey man, I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. We can kill them niggas all. Kennedy was like, nah, I see some shit coming that y'all not paying attention to. So we gotta do this. It's the only reason Kennedy did a lot of shit that he did. And Kennedy wasn't even the one that passed the Civil Rights Act movement. To get people, have people that have votes, and I mean have, you know, people that can vote and have, you know, rights and shit. He wasn't. I don't know why y'all listen. Do y'all history, man. Y'all gotta stop believing in certain shit. Kennedy wasn't that great of a dude like that. He got just caught up in a catch-22 to where he had no choice. People think Ronald Reagan was some type of good conservative, way how religious conservative speak about Ronald Reagan. Only reason Ronald Reagan, people don't realize this, Ronald Reagan was a Democrat. The reason that he switched over to being a Republican was because of the simple fact he did not like that the Democrat Party accepted a black senator, a black congressperson, you can say. He didn't like that. So that's why he switched over to being a Republican, because the Republicans wasn't okay with having black people as Congress people. Go do your history on this motherfucker. Ronald Reagan, other than the drug epidemic, we all know that part. He wasn't a great dude. He was a racist his damn self. A lot of Democrats and Republicans was racist. Like people keep forgetting about that. It's like Joe Biden. People can forget. Joe Biden to me is a racist. Is he a full-blooded racist? No. Joe Biden was a racist. He was a back around those times. Motherfuckers want to big up, what's his name? That passed away. John McCain. He pushed people in Arizona. He was the guy that said, no, Martin Luther King shouldn't have a day. He was a part of that. Fuck that racist piece of shit. He dead now, but hey, I don't talk too bad about him, but he wasn't no good person like that. Now, as the years go back, maybe he got better, but he still was a bad person. He did more bad than he did good. He still was a racist. That's why you hear Meghan McCain speak the way she speaks. That shit trickled down to this little racist bitch. Think about that. Your kids prove who you are. What type of person you were. Always remember that. I told y'all this a while ago. Your kid sees you as their hero first. Because you raising them. The internet can't raise your kids. Nobody can be your kid's hero. Your kid's hero should be you. You should be their first hero. I'm gonna tell you some cute shit, but funny shit, but some serious shit. How's that work? Yesterday, I got a delivery that got packed. Came here yesterday. My daughter ran outside when the dude delivering stuff. Oh, is that my daddy? Right? Because she thought it was me, because she know that I work for Amazon. Nigga, that was her, like, because I'm her hero. My daddy drive trucks. He delivered I'm her hero. Nobody her fucking hero, nigga. I'm her first hero. I keep telling people that. So however your kid grows up, about 95%, I say 95%, 95%, your kid wind up ending up the way that they do because of you. So 5% that they don't, good or bad, but 5%. But 95% is how you raise your kid. Your kid is you are your kid first hero. It's what your kids see you, how you move, what you're doing. That's how kids look at shit. Let's go to a quick commercial break, dude. We be right back.
Chill. Jizzle. Fresh out of prison with a new vision. Trauma. Cartel route. Hey yo, I sold drugs, got caught. Jail time, been in brawls. Drama with my peoples over the music. Done it all, we ain't seeing eye to eye. Only when it's time to ride. And still I gotta watch the peoples I keep by my side. Job is like a 9 to 5, even on the weekends. Cause niggas that you beefing with always trying to get even. Hold my lane, let's get this right. I don't hate on you, you hate on me. Reason why I'm 5 steps ahead of these niggas. 8 to 3, food stamps, Waverly. I was doing amazingly, impatiently accepted whatever the system gave to me. Given what they pay to see. Had to take the stage down. Did the Blackout remix. Now take a look at their faces now. Tell them put their glasses on. Maybe try some bifocals. Just because I'm a 6-barrel rapper, homies. I'm not local. Let me show you. This show's N04. But it's hard to stack my cheese when you rats keep coming out your hole. Stacks.
I'm only half a man.
Thank you for having me tonight. I appreciate it. I could have been anywhere, but I'm here with y'all. I'm here with y'all. Everyone is looking dapper tonight.
Since you've been gone.
Dog shit. Back then I didn't have much, but I had a pre-rolled Dutch, quarter water for my packed lunch. Haze had my mind gone, everything exciting. We used to travel on the train just to get to Dykeman. And even back then, a nigga had a love for writing. Hooks, bars, and punchlines with the force of Tyson. Why do I go through the things I go through? I know, dude, money is the motive, pain up in the Pro Tools. I always had the wave, ice water, boat crew. Savage introduced me to the game and how to cope. Let's get it. I wasn't half the man I am in the current present. Transition to an adolescent. Loud up on my clothes, smell like effervescence. Used to cut class spin after they take attendance. Brushing my waves until they spin while I'm on detention. Opposition couldn't measure up. At this point I was that nigga they couldn't level up.
Yeah. You already know Jizzle, man. Shout out to my kids, man. Jalen and Justice, man. Daddy loves you. I told y'all I was gonna be here for the moment you open your eyes till I close mine. I keep my promise. You heard? Hey yo, 48 laws of power. Tell Chris to drop a Jew. Life is like a chess game. Niggas plotting, watch all your moves. We gotta live righteous or reckless, brothers. We got to choose. Either way, we can't be stopped. Game over, got be cool. Must have been the cartel name, God. They got confused. Let's elevate to the highest level. What we got to prove? Million streams coming soon. Now it's time to show and tell. Nigga made this beat for me. Bet your pink slippy nose be well. Shout out to the beat game. Hold it up in Buffalo for us to blow. We need more bills than we can muscle, yo. L.I. number 7. 3 is for the letter E. Change it up so people can get a better understanding. Knowledge and equality. All being born to God. Rep your heart. Truth speaks for itself. In my repertoire, that's bizarre. Y'all could be the kings, yeah. The deck of cards. What respect for you niggas? It's thinner than a Metro card. Now that's hard, nigga. That's hard, nigga.
I'm only half a man.
All right, people. Welcome back. Quick commercial break. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell button so you guys get the live streams when we go live, people. And if you can, donate to the channel. Go to OBF The Real Cash App and donate to the channel, people. We highly appreciate anything you guys can donate to the channel. If you need more information to donate and subscribe to the channel, is down there scrolling below, people. We highly appreciate anything that you guys can do. And make sure you guys share the videos, man. Alright? Shout out to my brother True in the building. Yeah, nigga, I'm good. Shout out to Brother Bella in the building. I just heard Snoop Dogg. Donald Trump, he's a sellout. I don't know nothing about that. I don't know if Snoop did that or not. I had to look up that. But listen, if he did, he is a sellout. You know what I mean? Honestly, my honest opinion. Because like I said, listen, if I'll put it like this, if black people don't want to vote for Biden, you shouldn't vote for Trump. Just don't vote. Me, myself, I'm voting for Biden. There's no way impossible I'm not. I understand what's on the line. A lot of y'all don't, because I think a lot of us, sometimes as black people, we didn't got comfortable in thinking that shit don't affect us. Our ancestors have put in work, and these racist people and politicians and the Trump supporters and Maga people, that's why I'm making these videos. They are trying to take away the shit that our people fought for. It ain't a race out here that can say they did what we did to get rights. They can say they was a part of it, right? But they can't say that they was the motherfuckers that fought for it. Like that's, we came up with it to fight for this shit. It ain't another race that can say that. They helped. I ain't gonna say they helped, but they was a part of it. Anybody can be a part of something. You feel me? So, real talk. Bro, say I'm telling you, well, listen, bro. I'm not saying you lying or nothing like that. I'm just saying that I didn't see that. So I listen, I'm not saying I don't believe you. You could be exactly right. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. So I have to see that. I don't listen. But one thing about me, just because people say certain shit to me does not mean I got to believe it. Right? And I'm not saying I don't or I do believe you. I just haven't did enough research. I haven't seen the shit. I don't know. You know what I mean? I ain't seen the content of it or what the person said. I don't know that. So I'm not going to agree to something that I didn't see. You know what I mean? I'm not that type of person. Because somebody tell me something don't mean shit. A lot of people can tell me anything. I'm not saying that Brother Bella's lying. I want y'all to understand that. He may not be lying about it. I haven't seen it. So I can't call this man that if I haven't seen that. But anyway, let's move on.
America last great?
4 years ago, or 3 years ago.
Well, he was saying it before he got there. He was saying make it great again. So he didn't think. What did that message mean to you then?
I felt President Reagan was an excellent president too.
And nobody between Reagan and Trump.
Like I said, these people don't know who Ronald Reagan really truly was. And I told you, I said it before. The reason that Ronald Reagan was a Democrat, the reason he stopped being a Democrat was because of the simple fact that the Democrat Party was allowing black people to be Congress people, senators and House representatives. So that was partly why he left, a big reason why he left the Democrat Party. And he went over there to be a Republican. Because he was already a racist. And like I keep telling y'all about the Democrat Party, they had a lot of racists in their shit. They wasn't like the Democrats and Republicans was both racist at a very critical period of time back in the day, even in the 80s. So I don't know why, like, like she acting like Ronald Reagan was this, like, he was this good dude. He wasn't. He was a bad dude. He was a racist as damn self. And I didn't want to get into other shit that I know he did. But I'm just saying for that. So to let people know, Ronald Reagan wasn't a good dude at all. He was a racist. Ronald Reagan was a fucking racist. And I ain't got to talk about the policy when he was president. I'm telling y'all, he only left the Democrat Party because they accepted black Congress people. What'd that tell you? Let's move on. If you think I'm lying, do your research. Research this shit. You ain't got to believe me, and if this is the first time you're like, I ain't never heard that, well, go research it. Even if you did hear it, or you didn't, whatever. Go research it, and if you think I'm lying about it, go research it. And you will find that.
I am not a Democrat, so...
Well, you had George Bush there, and you had George Bush's son.
He was right, yeah, but I still liked President Reagan.
Make America great again. It's been his mantra since.
And listen, I'm not going to say George Bush Sr. was a racist, right? But he damn sure was a bigot, just like his son was. Now, his son probably was a little bit more better of hiding his bigotry, but he was damn sure a bigot. Go look at these motherfuckers. Do your history on them. They didn't like George Bush Sr. because he understood that, nigga, I need black votes. I need the minority votes. That's why. He doesn't seem as racist. But he damn sure was a bigot.
His mantra since he's run in 2015. What does that mean? What is again? When was America great?
Well, that question right there says everything that I need to know about you, that you don't really think America was ever great at any time. I think America was great
because what that tell about me? That's like, listen, imagine this white woman says to a black person, that let me know everything about you. What you mean? He's a white dude that's in this, but I'm just saying, just imagine he was a black person. What do you mean? You can get away with saying that type of shit to a white person, but you can't say that shit to a black person. Because her true racism with a true, even like, yeah, this bitch a racist. If she said that to a black person. Because I'm trying to still figure out, when was America great? Because if America was great like that, we shouldn't have been going through these trials and tribulations about slavery, had a whole war about that, and had a whole civil rights movement, which was a whole war, and Jim Crow, a whole war with that. Physically and policy-wise. Like, come on. So I'm just trying to figure out, when was America great? America could not be great if you still, in any parts of history where you was trying to stop people from, other people that didn't, regardless of what they look like, you stop people from voting. Excuse me. You stop people from, your intentions was, America stopped people from being human beings, seeing them less than because of the color of their skin. So when was America ever great? Because it wasn't great to every human being in America. Was America great when they stole this country from the Native Americans? Was America great then? Like, you can't. It's no point in history where you can say America was great. You can't say that. You can't. You just can't. You can pinpoint any era in any 100 years. You cannot say that America was great. It's impossible, unless you are a racist white person to where you say it was great when I could discriminate and be racist and belittle and be bigot to others that ain't my color skin. And if you are my color skin and you sided with them, then we can turn on you. Because they looked at people that was their color skin that sided with us and other minority people as traitors. So when was America great? People don't understand this. When we went over there and we fought in the war against Germany, black people still ain't had no rights. We were still in the back of the planes. They threw black people in the front of the line. They wouldn't go in the front of the line. They would send black people in the front of the line in the wars. You didn't see white people in the front of the line. They sent the black people. Y'all got to understand that. When we was in the military, we were segregated. Black people couldn't train with the white folks. Did y'all know that? Black people couldn't train. You know how they train in the military now? Where you got blacks, whites, all. Back in those days, black people couldn't train with the white folks. They had their own separate training. Did y'all know that? So, this whole notion that this white, blonde, dizzy bitch is sitting here, this racist piece of shit, is sitting here and trying to act like, well, America was great under Donald Trump. Or almost trying to insult this other white dude of saying, let you know that you don't think America was ever great. When? And then you say Donald Trump. Listen, I got my feelings about Barack and all that other shit. So it wasn't great when Barack was in office, when he was uplifting black people to feel proud to being black and you can succeed in the world, because that's all he really did. He didn't do shit else. Feel like we was accepted in a way, right? A lot of black people felt that way in America. You don't give, like, that wasn't great. Because if that's not great, then when Donald Trump got in there, it damn sure wasn't great. But she's a racist, so I guess in her mind, that was great. But anyway, let's move on.
It was great. The spirit, the whole purpose for America was about the American spirit, coming here and making something for yourself and having the opportunity to do that for yourself, to work hard. And that's what America is all about. So the people that hate America.
Let me just say this. Those type of people that says to work hard. What you trying to say? Black people don't work hard? You trying to say Mexicans and other foreigners, when they come to this country, they don't work hard? Fuck out of here. Black people and Mexican people work harder than a lot of poor white people do. You know why? Because unless you own a farm, you don't work in the fields if you white. But you can't get a white person unless they on that crack. And they hire something, they may go work. But it ain't nothing but Mexicans work in the field. They the field niggas now. They work in the fields. They pick all out shit. I'm not saying ain't no black people there here and there. I'm just saying it's mainly Mexicans immigrants that work in the field. We don't work in the field. Black people get upset working hard labor in motherfucking warehouses at FedEx and Amazon. You see how mad they be. Listen, when I be seeing niggas, like, cause I come from that. That's why I don't shit on the people. They be mad. Like, I see my managers, they be mad at the people and shit. Like, yo, if you ever worked in the motherfucking warehouse, in any entity, if it's FedEx or UPS or Amazon, like, nigga, I would never, listen, I would never work there again. I told y'all I would never be a person that work at a fast food restaurant. That's something that I would never do again. I know what the fuck goes on there. Telling y'all. I come from, listen, that's why I give all the props to the people that clean. Like, I worked there. I did that shit for 10 years. I worked at the school board for 10 years. Cleaning schools. Yo, they get treated like shit. I got treated like shit when I was there. You like lesser than on a totem pole to these people. Not work there again. Ever. Ever. And it's not that this, it's not because of the people that actually work the 9-to-5s and work the clean shit. It's not them. Even though some bullshit with that, but it's not them. It's the motherfuckers that's over top of them that treat people like shit. Never worked that. Well, I've been there, so I know what the fuck be going on. So, like, I don't be tripping. I don't get mad at the people. I just be like, oh, they fucking up over there today, huh? But a part of that comes from, yo, you just kind of don't care, yo. Motherfuckers mistreating you. They got a little weight to, you know, they might be getting mistreated from their bosses and then they come down and mistreat you. That's not real leadership. I don't give a fuck what my boss is serving at me or that's over top of me or whatever, right? I wouldn't take that out on people that work under me. But like I said, everybody don't have real leadership skills. A lot of people that you see in managing positions, they don't need to be there. Honestly, because they don't have leadership skills. Let me explain something to y'all very clearly. I worked at Amazon for about a good 6 months now, right? I swear to you, probably in like maybe my 3rd month, something like that, right? In that three month span, I heard customers, people I went to businesses and delivered to, she said every time the fucking guy, a delivery guy come here, he's rude. You the nicest delivery person I ever met in my life. You know why? You know why she can say that? It's because of how I treat others. Regardless of whatever going on in my world. I got shit goes on in my world, but I never take that out on other people. Why would I do that? I ain't no leader for that. Every leader got personal issues, home issues, shit going on in their life. But a real true leader understand you have to separate that shit. You have to know how to. You have to know how to micromanage that shit. When I said that, matter of fact, I'm sorry, when the lady said that to me, I said, hey, they just probably was on some bullshit. I had a guy yesterday, I go deliver some shit. I said, that person, because they did some fucked up shit how they deliver. I said, they just was being lazy. Or, you know, they was tired or they didn't care. It happens. I said, sometimes we get people like that. I said, but call Amazon and tell them, you didn't like the service. They got the right to do that. It ain't snitching on nobody like that, but you know better than that. You don't do certain shit. You don't, because he was saying this shit supposed to go to the locker, but they bring it up here. And I'm trying to figure out, I'm looking at the label, and I'm saying this shit tells you right then and there that you don't supposed to deliver it up here. How the fuck he delivered it up here? It wasn't even his package. I'm just trying to figure that shit out. Like, you can't get confused about that. And so I just told him, hey man, go complain. Complain. You got the right to do that as a customer. So I don't get mad, like, even like, I get a scorecard every week. I don't get mad because on that scorecard they say, oh, you didn't follow, this person didn't follow, I didn't follow directions, or I didn't do that. And maybe I didn't do it. Maybe I got a little frustrated. So I understand both sides of it, but at the same time, certain shit that you can and can't do. That's society. Just because you say fuck it, and you feel like you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, doesn't mean that it ain't consequences for it. But anyway, let's move on.
Hate America will always say, well, when was it ever great? It's just not a very good attitude to have, in my opinion.
And when was that lost in your estimation?
Hold on. I want you to hear what she said.
America was great. The spirit, the whole purpose for America was about the American spirit, coming here and making something for yourself and having the opportunity to do that for yourself, to work hard. And that's what America is all about. So the people that hate America will always say, well, when was it ever great? It's just not a very good attitude.
First of all, so I hate America. Let's go off this dumb bitch narrative. I hate America because I say America has never been great. I'm a black man, so you telling me I hate America because I'm black. Think about what she's saying. I ain't never say that I hate America. Ever. First of all, I don't even like the word hate. You don't know me, but you're assuming some shit because I say America's not great, so I ought to hate it. I don't hate America. I think we can do better. I think that we have stupid people like you that's a little smarter than you controlling the country with the hate that you got that's controlling the country. I have a problem with that. I got a problem with ignorant, stupid people like you sitting there pretending that America's all good. That's my issue. And let me just explain something to all the stupid Maga Trump supporters. Just because I criticize my country, our country, doesn't mean I hate my country. I have the right to criticize my country, just like I love my daughter. Just because I criticize her doesn't mean I hate her. And listen, and as a black person in this country, how can I love something that for hundreds of years, generations after generations, even still to 2024 as a black person, that our country still shows that they don't really give a fuck about people that look like me? How would I feel if I did have that type of hate that you said? Huh? What if I kept mistreating you? What if a country kept mistreating you? Because you feel that way. You feel like, oh, the country don't hate me, the government don't like me, and shit like that. Right? But you can feel that way, but I can't. Listen, I'm going to say this once again. I shouldn't have to say it, but I'm going to say it. Listen, America is probably the best country to ever live in. Honestly. But don't ever get it twisted about America. America is a racist country. is very bigoted, and we know it. We hate people here. It's black people that hate black people. It's white people that hate white people. It's other minorities that hate each other. But we got a thing that we all hate each other in different ways or whatever, or hate different races in different ways. It's what it is. Nothing changed. Tell me what changed. Trump got in there, everything was good. The country wasn't divided. People did. Listen, the election showed you that, even though y'all don't believe it, the election was fair. But the election showed you motherfuckers that the country is very divided. Listen, but in any democracy, the country is going to be divided. Everybody's not going to believe in and ride with everything what the other side is saying. That's what a democracy is. But who wins out of that? Look how many years it took the Republicans to get shit overturned that they didn't like. Took them decades. The crazy shit about it, since we were so much of evolved country, the Republican Party, y'all voters come from the most disgusting racist people, voters in the country. That's how y'all got y'all Supreme Court. That's how y'all in office. That's how y'all even got some power now. Because y'all went to the disgusting, the deplorables of our country. You don't be hearing about mass shootings happening and racist shit. Like, we gonna kill Republicans. We're going to mass shooting to kill Republicans. You don't hear that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying it's very rare that that happens. And first of all, I have never heard it. But it's your party that does that. Y'all at extreme. Because y'all ideology is outdated, and you just won't accept that. This is not a 90s country. It's not an 80s country. This is not a 70s country. This is not a 60, 50, 40, 30, whatever. It's not that era. You just mad. Listen, a lot of motherfuckers are mad. Regardless if you're not racist or you're not MAGA, a lot of people in this country are just mad. Even older people. You mad because you can't catch up. But you think you old enough, you deserve disrespect because you're older. Yes, you're partly right. But the other part is you can't be a leader if you're not willing to listen to others and to adapt and to understand you old. Sometimes you gotta take a step back and let the young motherfuckers lead. You cannot be in control of everything. I see this shit all the time with older people. And people that live like in this real weird ass fantasy world, they want to go backwards. Like, yo, no. What are y'all doing? You fucking up the development of our young folks. Your own children. What are you doing? The fuck? Let's move on, man.
A very good attitude to have, in my opinion.
And when was that lost in your estimation?
I think a lot of it was lost when the Federal Reserve took over the money system. We need to go back to a gold and silver-backed system where currency is it counts.
What does "Make America Great Again" mean to you?
It means
First of all, we can't go back. We go back to where people. This is how ignorant she is. We can't go back. As far as the currency, she's talking about currency. That means we go back to where, like, we just were fighting for people to get high minimum wage. Even for women, her status. Well, bitch, you wouldn't make no money close to what a man makes. What are you talking about? We can't go back to that. What are you talking about? We should not be going backwards. We're supposed to go forward. What is wrong with our society now? What they can't comprehend. Listen, I am 42 years old. I'll be 43 this year. What the fuck is going on, man? You don't understand how the world works? Listen, people, this is how much I know the world works. I come from a job where our minimum wage where I was working at, right? Custodian, whatever, right? Retired. I'm out. Listen. Well, no, I didn't retire. I quit. Right? Listen. I still get my 401k shit. I still get that though. But listen. When I first started that job 10 years ago, nigga, it was about that's what they $10 an hour. That's what they was offering. No lie to you, when I was ready to leave, now to go work in that field, you got the minimum wage is $15. Mind you, it took me almost 10 years to make over $15 an hour. With raises and shit from my unions and shit, fighting for it. Fighting for our raises. 50 cent here, 50 cent there. Over 10 years. And it was people that way longer than I was. That wasn't making no motherfucking 15. Listen, come on, bro. This bitch talking about she want to go back. You cannot go backwards. You set everybody back. Even yourself, you set yourself back. Listen, I believe in this society, a lot of people, when you see people delivering shit and shit like that, or doing shit, you know, people working at their job, I think sometimes people look at them as like they less than. Like, nigga, but you go to your job, how big are you really like that? You very low on the totem pole. So when you have a more understanding of people, like, I don't get it. But anyway, let's move on.
The stopping the invasion of our nation by illegal immigration. It means rebuilding our economy that's been destroyed by the Biden administration. And it means making us secure in the world again through our strength.
Lies. I'm not here to defend Joe Biden. I'm not a fan of Joe Biden. I don't fuck with Joe Biden like that. It's a lie. Our immigration system been fucked up before Joe Biden was even in office or even was running for office. It was fucked up before Barack. It been fucked up for almost about 50 to 60 years. So what is he talking about? Joe Biden fucked up the immigration? What the fuck are you talking about, man? And let me just say this. What the Republicans are proposing of just stopping any immigrants who come from this country, number one, I don't know how you're going to get your fruit. Your vegetables. shit that grow. But know how you gonna get that? Because immigrants does that in this country. A lot of foreigners do. And they Mexican descent. So I don't know how we're trying to get black people. We're not doing that. And not saying that we better than Mexicans. We did it already. We're not doing it. It's like me. I don't think I'm better than somebody that was custodian or making certain type of money. I'm just not doing that. I've been there and done that. I have to evolve. Fuck out of here, man. So who you gonna get to do it? You think you gonna get black people to do it? You out your mind. You think you can get your own people? Matter of fact, they already talking about having their children doing it. Because my child ain't doing it. Listen, let me just explain something to everybody. Now, if my daughter wants to go out and get a job in her teens, that's on her. I take care of the shit that she needs. Not what she want, what she needs. That's the difference. She wants something different, then yeah, go out and go get your little part-time job. But she only getting a part-time. She's not getting no full-time shit. You're not working every day. I don't give a fuck. School comes first. Education, to me, comes first. Get your education. We trying to send these children out here. Republicans trying to send these children out here to work. Tiring these kids out. You need your mental good. You don't think how fucked up these jobs are, how they treat these kids? These young folks? How they disrespect them and fuck with their mental? You having these children going out there and these horrible grown-ass people mentally fucking these children up. You ain't even thinking about it. You don't give a fuck. You give a fuck about the economy. But like I said, my child won't do that. My child don't have to go and work. Me and my wife has worked very hard in our lives that we ain't putting our child in that situation. And I'm not knocking people that's not in our position. I'm just saying I don't do that. Get your education. You spend more your mental and physical time of being a fucking child. That's the problem. We trying to make these children grow up way too fast. And then you get mad at them because they done grown up too fast and they talking to you any type of motherfucking way. That's on you. You did that. You wanted your child to grow up fast. You wanted to stop taking care of your child. You wanted to lay up and just fuck around, and the next thing you know, you have another kid. That's on you. Don't put that on the child. It's not their problem that you was a hoe, or you couldn't keep your dick in your pants. You fucking hoe ass dudes. Don't blame the child. Oh my God, my child support is that. Stop sticking your dick in shit. That's what happened when you stick your dick in shit. And same thing when it go to women. Stop opening up your motherfucking legs. Fuck out of here with that shit. No, I'm gonna blame the children. Oh my God, it's costing too much. I bet it does. You had one child that costs a lot. Imagine having 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. I ain't trying to hear that shit. I don't even like when people complain about, oh, they had children and it fucked they whole shit up. Hey, man. Listen, I thank the big man upstairs not every day, but, you know, I thank him for that. See how I'm honest about that? But I thank him. When I was out there fucking around and acting crazy, sticking my dick in any and everything, not using condoms or whatever I was doing. Listen, I use less condoms than I use condoms. Put it like that. I'm thankful that I didn't catch no AIDS, no STDs like that. I caught a couple. But I ain't say a couple, I caught one. I ain't say a couple, I caught one STD. But I didn't get I came close to getting some type of women pregnant. My wife was one. And a chick that two chicks I thought that got pregnant. But, you know, I'm glad I didn't have kids young. Number one, I just wasn't mature enough. Not as I ain't want none. It's just I wasn't mature enough. I think that guy upstairs, he put me in the right position to have my kid. Even though at that time, mentally and everything about me wasn't right to have my kid. But I learned how to do it. And I was old enough and mature enough to learn, to want to learn, to how to be a father and do these things. You know what I mean? If I was younger, I'd probably have been like a no good ass dude, you know. Probably would have. There's a high percentage of that. About a 60-40%. And 60 is because I could have been very bad as a father very young. Honestly. I wasn't that, listen, I never lie about who the fuck I used to be. I wasn't that good of a person. So I know I wouldn't have been a good father. Telling you that. Understand when you stick your dick in shit. Understand women when you open your legs up. There's a very possibility whoever you're attracted to got drunk or whatever, you can have a kid outside of that. Just trying to tell you. Let me just say this before I get out of here. One thing that always bothered me was having sex with condoms. Right? And this is my stupid thing I used to say to myself. So you clean, I'm clean, right? Yeah, all right, we don't need no condom. I used to say this to women. That's how ignorant and stupid I was. And I said that. And she said, yeah, I'm clean, I'm good. I don't know. But I went with it. And I'm going to tell y'all. Back in those days and shit, when I was doing a lot of this shit, I fucked a lot of chicks. Very reckless. Right? I see that. I'm very reckless. I was intoxicated a lot of times when I fucked a lot of those chicks. That's why I only can remember probably off of my hands of how many I had sex with. A lot of them I can't tell you. Because I was intoxicated, ignorant and young and stupid and shit like that. See, I tell you the real. I don't tell you the fake. I tell you the real. I wasn't I wasn't a very responsible. I wasn't responsible. I wasn't a good dude. I wasn't that. But the one thing about me, I'm honest. If I was a good dude or not. The problem is a lot of motherfuckers sit out here and they pretend, oh, well, I was this good dude. No, you wasn't. We did a lot of fuck shit back in the day. We accepted a lot of fuck shit back in the day. We seen a lot of them older niggas go fuck with these young chicks. Some of us did it as well. Because we could get away with that goofy shit. Because we didn't care. We drunk, high, and we go fucking with these, chicks trying to give us some pussy because we insecure young niggas. No matter how old you are, but you insecure. So you just, chick give you some pussy, you okay with it. Chick ain't, right, I'm a grown ass man. Ain't no chick, listen, listen. Ain't no chick can seduce me right now. No chick. Not one. Not in that way. I can't be seduced. Not in that way. That woman upstairs with me mean a lot to me. That little girl means a lot. I maybe in the beginning didn't understand it fully, but I do now. I know what's perfect. Everybody running around and they pretend they was perfect, bro. They did all this great shit. No. I was a flawed nigga and I did a lot of flawed, dumb, goofy shit. Stop running around acting like you better than people. Even if you doing much better. Stop doing that. We ain't all good people. We all ain't stand on principles all the time. Even if you do now, you still don't stand on all the principles. You still do some fuck shit. We not perfect. Do not allow nut job religious people or these so-called people that acting like they got morals tell you that, oh, we nigga, you do this and then you morally good. No, we are not morally good. We all do fuck shit. Regardless if we living on morals. Nigga, I don't listen, I do some fuck shit here and there. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I ain't perfect. I don't go crazy, but I do some fuck shit that outside of my moral principles sometimes. I think I'm feeling myself a little bit. It is what it is. We not perfect. Let's just be real. Stop running around. Act like we are real. We ain't all real. We lie to ourselves. Listen, before you lie to a motherfucker or anybody else, you lie to yourself. That's the realest shit I can tell you. And I said some real shit, but that's the realest shit I can tell you. Before you lie to somebody else, you already lied to yourself. Because you made that lie up amongst yourself. Just trying to tell y'all, man. It's the realest shit I can tell you. Before you lie to anybody else, you already lied to yourself to make that lie up. Now, we all lie. It happens. Leave your comments, hit that like button. Support your boy. It's your boy, Mr. OBF. Excuse me. Peace and love to the world. Oh, shit. Hold on. My bad, people. Peace and love to the world.